More than a month after assuming presidency, Donald Trump held his first cabinet meeting on Wednesday. His loyalists and one of the most powerful members of the administration, Elon Musk, also attended the meeting despite not holding a cabinet position. Trump also invited the billionaire to speak first at the meeting. Elon Musk, who is in charge of downsizing the government, told the cabinet that the goal of the Doge team is to help address the enormous deficit, saying America cannot sustain a $2 trillion deficit. The billionaire said the U.S. must move quickly to achieve a $1 trillion reduction from the country's deficit, warning that the country will go bankrupt without spending cuts.
We do need to move quickly if we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026. It requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it.
On being asked by a reporter if there was some dissatisfaction around the way Musk was functioning, the U.S. president redirected the question to all leaders present. Trump also went on to jokingly suggest that if any cabinet member is unhappy, they will be, quote, thrown out.
Elon, let the cabinet speak just for a second. Anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, we'll throw him out of here. Is anybody unhappy? They have a lot of respect for Elon and that he's doing this, and some disagree a little bit, but I will tell you, for the most part, I think everyone's not only happy, they're thrilled.
Questions rose over dissatisfaction and rift within the administration after federal workers received an email over the weekend requiring them to list their accomplishments for the week. Several State Department heads, including FBI Director Kash Patel, asked his department to not respond to the email. Musk told the cabinet meeting that his email was an attempt to find out if government paychecks were going to actual workers. He claimed there are a number of people on the government payroll who are dead. Doge and Elon Musk's powers were not the only topic on agenda at this maiden meeting. Trump also discussed one other topic that has been making waves globally: tariffs. The U.S. president said his administration will soon announce a 25% tariff on imports from the European Union. He also signaled that duties on Canada and Mexico will take effect in early April. On being asked if he had made a decision on tariff levels for the European Union, Trump added he will be announcing it very soon and it will be 25%. The U.S. president said this would hit products including cars, adding that the EU has really taken advantage of the U.S. Trump had earlier announced and paused blanket tariffs on neighbors Canada and Mexico over illegal immigration and fentanyl smuggling. Trump said he was not stopping the tariffs, adding that he planned for the levies to take effect from 2nd of April. Lincoln Mitchell is a professor at the School of International and Public Affairs at Columbia University and also political analyst. Professor Mitchell is now joining us live from New York. Welcome to the show, Professor, and it's good to see you. Apart from U.S. President Donald Trump warning his cabinet members not to play with Elon Musk, and if they're unhappy with Elon Musk, then they're out, what else stood out for you in this cabinet meeting?
Well, you know, we've seen the first cabinet meetings with when Trump was president the first time, and we know these don't function like normal cabinet meetings. There's no deliberative process. There's no serious discussion of policy. It's a show. Mm-hmm. And like so much what we've seen from, not from the Democratic Party, but from within the Republican Party, it's a show of making Republican leaders visibly show their fealty to Donald Trump. So that Donald Trump leaves with his ego stroked, and that everyone makes it, and it's clear to everyone there's no room to disagree with Trump. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what we saw. You know, the episode with Elon Musk cannot be ignored. Elon Musk is not part of this administration, as you suggested. He does not hold a cabinet position. That is to say that we have laws set up so that people who wield power, who give, orders within the government, have to go through a process. He didn't do that. He's not even White House staff, because if it were White House staff, he would have to go through processes. He would also have to follow ethics, and he's obviously not going to do that because of the enormous conflict of interest.
Right.
He's there in his capacity as friend of the president. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he, as friend of the president, has this power speaks to the breakdown of political structures and political institutions in the Trump administration.
Mm-hmm. And going forward, what will happen if Elon Musk, or the first friend, as we are calling him, the first friend of the White House, sort of have a breakdown with Trump? How is that going to affect American politics in the future?
Well, it's hard to imagine, because right now, they both gain so much from their relationship. Recognize that Donald Trump doesn't care about governance. What Donald Trump cares about is, people being nice to him, stealing money, and staying out of jail. And what Elon Musk provides for Donald Trump is that any Republican member of Congress who doesn't support Trump, Elon Musk has enough money to destroy that person in the primary. That's why essentially no Senate Republicans opposed these confirmation hearings. I mean, all of those Senate Republicans, or at least half of them, knew that putting Kash Patel as head of the FBI is a very, very dangerous thing to do. Most of them knew that putting Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Health and Human Services Secretary will lead to the deaths of many Americans. But they voted for him because they're afraid of Elon Musk's money. So if there is I don't think there will be a breakup. People have been talking about it for a while. But if there is, it's very hard to know, because they both have power, but very different kinds of power. Mm-hmm. I mean, if Elon Musk turns Twitter on Donald Trump, which I think is extremely unlikely, but that would lead to a very different direction. But right now, I'm not sure that's the right question to be asking, because we're talking about kind of hypotheticals when we see essentially a non-state actor destroying the United States government before our eyes, and the president shrugging his shoulders, and a cabinet who admittedly, let's be fair here, this cabinet probably couldn't organize a middle school bake sale, but they're doing nothing about this.
Mr. Mitchell, it's good to see you. Thank you very much for talking to us. We'll have to leave it there.
Thank you.